This is how to end 2023 in the best way possible and set yourself up for the best start of 2024. I'm kind of a self-proclaimed expert on this. This is my 4th year doing this in a row. I've been doing this since I started my YouTube channel, and I feel like every single year I make this YouTube video it gets better, and this is the ultimate guide on how to end your year in the best way possible. And if you haven't seen me before, I'm Elsa. I live in Ottawa, Canada. I share vlogs, lifestyle, reading and self-improvement content, and if you like that you might want to subscribe and check out my other videos, and if you're not new here, it's nice to see you again. Okay, so let's get into it. First thing you want to do is think ahead. And if you're watching this video, you're probably already doing that. By watching this, you're taking a big step forward to think ahead. And I'm posting this video right at the start of December. And just know the earlier you start, the less stressful it will be. Because by the time Christmas gets around and the end of December, although that might seem like maybe more of a reasonable time to start thinking about January, you will probably be too busy and too stressed to do anything. And you don't want to add more to your plate. So for example, I bullet journal. If you bullet journal and you know every single January you have a new bullet journal, and now I need to hear this, you don't need to wait until the end of December to set it up. You can start now or earlier, and you probably should, because like I said, it would be less stressful. In fact, you can even start thinking about your goals of 2024 right now. And I think a great way to do this is to start thinking and start brainstorming and start writing things down. And I think creating a list like this is so great because then you're not rushing anything, nothing is last minute. You have this list of things you think you want to work on, and if you write it now at the beginning of December, then maybe in a couple weeks you can come back to it, you can adjust it, you can see how meaningful those goals are to you, rather than just writing them all down on like day 1 of January and then not sort of reflecting on them and seeing if they're really meaningful to you. Another thing you can do is to gamify any goals you have left to complete. I did a whole podcast episode on this, a really in-depth guide to gamifying your goals, so if you want to listen to that, I will link that up there, down below. It's on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. But basically what I'm saying you should do is, if you have anything you really want to complete before the end of the year, you should gamify it. And I'm going to tell you in some really short steps how to do that, not in detail, but just know this is the key to achieving your goals. First of all, clearly define what you want to do, and then step 2 is to break that down into mini tasks or habits. Then step 3 is to track the tasks, make it cute, do something fun. I like to do it in my bullet journal, but Notion, posters, everything like that. There are some cute apps. Again, I get into this in the podcast episode if you want this in detail, but make it fun and cute. And then the last step is to create some rewards for yourself along the way, create milestones, and this will ensure you can achieve your goals, anything you really want to do before the end of the year in a short amount of time. And this is also great practice if you want to try this technique in the new year. The next thing is to give yourself grace before 2024. This basically means treating yourself with empathy and kindness. I cannot remember a year where I had everything perfectly set up on January 1st of the new year. I can't remember a time I finished my bullet journal set up, or that I planned out all my goals, or that I was completely ready on January 1st. And just know, even if you don't finish everything, it is all okay. I'm here at the end of the year telling you that I didn't have my reading journal set up till March. I didn't set up my bullet journal till mid-January. I didn't have my goals till about February, and it's all fine. I've achieved so much this year despite that. It is good to think ahead, it truly is, and that's why that was tip number 1, but you don't have to worry about everything. If you cannot do everything, it is not the end of the world. The holidays are really busy, and you don't have to stress about not perfectly achieving your habits. It is going to be okay. Balance is key here. Again, just to get back to the last point, this is why I love gamifying my goals, because it is not a checkbox of yes I did this, no I didn't do this, and letting myself down. It's always kind of like a menu of things I could do and want to do, and it's like a game of how much I can fill in, but if I don't get everything, that's like okay. So be kind to yourself, give yourself grace, and just know that any negative self-talk is only holding you back. It is not doing anything good for you. And I also have a podcast episode all about habits and reminders for the holidays if you want to check that out. If you're into this tip, you'll probably like that. But no matter what, don't let negative self-talk and beating yourself up ruin your holidays. You won't remember the thoughts in your head, or how annoyed you were at yourself for missing something, or how you didn't like how you looked, whatever. You will only remember the memories that you make. And this is just a little tip if you're letting your own negative self-talk hold you back. Confidence is doing something even though you're afraid. It's not doing something because you're not afraid. So do not hold yourself back. The next thing you can do is to live in the moment a bit these holidays. This is a big part of giving yourself grace, so it's kind of moving on from the last one, but it's something you can really do to finish the year off really strong. I know this also sounds weird after I just said you need to think ahead, but you also need to balance. It is really good to think ahead and to plan, but you don't have to be doing that all the time, and you don't want to be. Otherwise you won't even be appreciating the current moment you're in. Slow down. Enjoy the little things in life. Especially in the holidays, there's so much to be grateful for and appreciate. You know, a cup of tea in the morning, seeing the snow, turning on the Christmas tree lights, all of that is so special, and you need to slow down and appreciate it. So enjoy making memories before the end of the year and take a moment to appreciate the world around you. It'll make you feel so much better going into the new year, and you won't feel burnt out by your own thoughts. This is really good to do before the end of the year, and that is to clear out your social media. You can do this by being really intentional about the media you're consuming, and I talk about this so much. I spoke about this in my How to End 2022 Strong. Yeah, I got that right. The years are all confusing me. Don't be consuming media that doesn't make you feel great. There is no reason for you to do that. When you're on social media, when you're consuming media, when you're watching TV, whatever, you are choosing to consume that, and you are choosing how it makes you feel. You have the choice to turn it off or to press not interested, to block, to unfollow, whatever. If something doesn't make you feel great, why would you let that like pop your bubble? Again, I know I'm talking about the podcast a lot, but I have a whole podcast episode in depth, how to do this, all about this, why it's important, etc. Again, link down below, linked up there, blah blah. But especially during this time, we might have more time off, we might be on our phones more, there might be more downtime, so don't let that downtime actually make you feel worse, and be conscious about the media you're consuming, and don't compare yourself to other people on social media. Remember that social media can be a highlight reel and it isn't reality, and because you're feeling a certain way doesn't mean that other people aren't, and you just shouldn't compare yourself. And if you do take some time to declutter your social media, to unfollow some people, to unfollow some topics, or curate your feed by pressing not interested, or you can even reset your feed on stuff like TikTok and Instagram, I believe, you will feel so much freer and happier going into 2024 with a more positive social media feed ahead of you, because although social media can be toxic, it can also be great. We can't deny it's also a massive part of our day, so we might as well make it the best it can be for us. And the last thing you can do is reflect. Don't let 2023 rush by you. It has been an amazing year, and I'm sure you've achieved so much. Think about all the things you've done, all the things you've loved this year, all the things you've learned. And if you want to get more into this, I actually have a self-discovery workbook that I have on my Etsy. It is all about self-discovery and reflecting to live your dream life. If you want to check it out, it's got so many prompts and activities, and it's linked down below, and it's pretty good if I do say so myself. And I also just want to include some questions here that are end of year reflection questions, which I do every time I do a How to End the Year Strong video, and I've really curated these, and I think these are really good to reflect and journal on. So let's get into the reflection questions. Okay, so light a candle, grab a pen, set up, put some vibey music on, and get ready to journal. And don't worry if you can't write them all down now. I will have all of the questions written down in the comments, which you can check out. But the questions are: what gave you energy this year? What did you learn in 2023? What made you feel fulfilled in 2023? Who was in your support system this year? Who was there for you? What are you proud of yourself for doing this year? And go through every single month from this year and write down one highlight from each month of 2023. Okay, I hope you guys have a really good December, really good end of 2023, and I hope this video helped a little bit. If it did help, if you did like it, please do like and subscribe. I'd love to see you guys next time, and I hope you're all having a great December.